This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets.
Oil futures prices have fallen to the lowest level for 4 months and calendar spreads have slumped after OPEC Plus ministers signaled their intention to start increasing production from the fourth quarter of 2024. Front-month Brent futures closed at $78 per barrel on June 3, the first day of trading following the OPEC Plus ministerial meeting on June 2, up just $2 per barrel compared with the same time last year. Front-month Brent futures traded at a premium of $1.50 per barrel over contracts 6 months further forward, 56th percentile for all months since 2000, down from an average of $2.85, 78th percentile, in May and $4.86, 95th percentile, in April.
U.S. crude oil stockpiles rose unexpectedly last week, while gasoline and distillate inventories also increased as refining ramped up and demand fell despite the kickoff of the summer driving season, the Energy Information Administration, EIA, said on Wednesday. Crude inventories rose by 1.2 million barrels to 455.9 million barrels in the week ended May 31, the EIA said, compared with analysts' expectations in a Reuters poll for a 2.3 million barrel draw. Crude oil futures edged higher after the data was released. By 11:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, 15:21 GMT, however, Brent was down 24 cents, or 0.3%, at $77.27 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate crude eased 23 cents, or 0.3%, to $73.02.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Norway's gas exports to Britain via the Liable pipeline will gradually resume on June 7 following an outage that began on June 2, delivering just under half the normal capacity, Norwegian system operator Gassco said on Wednesday. The ramp-up plan will see an available volume of 35 million cubic meters (MCM) of gas per day on Friday from Norway's Nyhamna processing plant, some 44% of its overall 79.8 MCM capacity, according to a message on Gassco's transparency page. Gassco had said on Tuesday that gas would flow from Nyhamna via the Liable pipeline to Britain's Easington terminal but had not provided a volume estimate.
The U.S. could hasten the rate of replenishing the Strategic Petroleum Reserve as maintenance on the stockpile is completed by the end of the year, Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm told Reuters on Tuesday. Granholm said she believes the global oil market is well supplied and that she does not expect a big increase in oil and gas prices in the next short while. The Energy Department this year has been buying about 3 million barrels of oil per month for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve after selling 180 million barrels in 2022 following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Next, we have the top news in metal markets. China announced plans on Wednesday to better measure the carbon content of its products, a key step in reaching its own climate goals and meeting tougher carbon standards overseas. The new Carbon Footprint Management System, detailed by the Ministry of Ecology and Environment, will go into effect in 2027, setting standards for measuring carbon emissions for about 100 key products throughout the Chinese economy, according to a policy document. At first, the Chinese calculation standards will apply to high-emitting products such as coal and natural gas as well as export products like steel, aluminium, lithium batteries and electric vehicles.
Nearly 50 deals and agreements have been signed during South Korea's first summit with leaders from 48 African countries to cooperate in areas such as mining, energy and manufacturing, South Korea's industry ministry said on Wednesday. Hyosung Corp, a South Korean conglomerate, signed a contract to supply electric transformers to Mozambique worth $30 million, the ministry said in a statement. The industry ministry also signed agreements to cooperate on critical minerals with Madagascar and Tanzania in order to secure supplies for industries such as batteries, it said.
We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector.
Malaysia's palm oil inventories inched higher for a second consecutive month in May, underpinned by higher output despite a recovery in exports, a Reuters survey showed on Wednesday. Palm oil stocks in the world's second biggest producer was seen at 1.75 million metric tons, up 0.39% from April, according to the median estimate of 10 traders, planters and analysts polled by Reuters. Official data for April showed Malaysia's palm oil stocks rose 1.85% from the previous month to 1.74 million metric tons. Exports of palm oil products were estimated to have jumped by 14.32% in the same period to 1.41 million tons due to recovery in palm's competitive price to soybean oil in May.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.